Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XDC. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XDC. Now, here's the thing. I've been waiting for this for so long, and it's finally here. The official announcement from Uphold XDC is now fully integrated, so the XDC community can deposit and withdraw their XDC tokens from Uphold. Uphold Champions, the best utility tokens in crypto, and XDC is a prime example. We will continue supporting the XDC community, giving you earlier opportunities than other CeFi platforms who are slow to list lower liquidity tokens. The XDC network is well positioned to revolutionize global trade finance. Their ultra low fee platform features dApps for securely tokenizing assets in an effort to allow micro, small, and medium enterprises easier access to funding. A lot of people are going to continue to build with XDC, and it's nice to see that Uphold says revolutionize global trade finance, because that's exactly what XDC is out there doing as we speak. XDC, a rising tide lifts all boats, make Corda the go-to place for financial services, and in this case, trade finance. So, announced Tuesday, a group of former RBS bankers, well known as Lab 577, is bridging the way for Exchange Infinite, Xinfin, a blockchain focused on the trade finance space. Its native token, the Ethereum compatible XDC, will be used as a settlement coin inside Corda. A number of trade finance applications are being built on Corda, such as TradeLX backed Marco Polo project. So will these existing trade finance players be getting around the campfire with XDC and singing Kumbaya? I think it's more of a case of rising tides lift all boats, Crook said. This is continuing to make Corda the go-to place for financial services, and in this case, trade finance. Boom, there you have it. I believe we're going to start seeing XDC take off. All these years, we have only seen the price rise just by speculation only. We have never seen the price pump based on utility. That's what we are going to witness in coming years. I think this will get started by 2023. And it's true. At some point, we're going to start seeing utility drive the price of these cryptos. And when it does, the cryptos with the most utility are going to get the biggest push upward. I believe XDC will be expensive in the future. This is true, but I must say it's frustrating currently. So when XDC is $5 plus, you're going to realize how good it was for XDC to be so slow for so long. The longer you have to accumulate, the bigger your empire will be. That's how you got to look at this moment right now. While these prices are sitting down at these very low, underappreciated prices, now you want to stack your bag. Every little bit that you put in is one more big step towards financial freedom. A cross-chain bridge built by OneChain.org has connected 4 native tokens on the XRP ledger to XDC network. Using the lock, mint, burn, unlock mechanism, users will have the ability to make transfers cross-chain. So now we're starting to see the connection with XRP to XDC. Remember, I told you multiple times that we're seeing a massive network forming right in front of our eyes. That's how early we are with crypto. 2 years ago, you would have mentioned something like this happening. People would have thought you were crazy. You would have said, at some point, XRP and XDC will have a bridge between them. And people would have said, that's never going to happen. XRP is far more superior than XDC, or whatever the case may be. But now we're starting to understand it more. Every one of these cryptocurrencies are going to play their own role inside that new financial system. XDC being tied to trade is massive. All of those transactions coming through XDC. And the whole time, it's still going to be tied to XRP, XLM, Algo, IOTA, QNT, a massive network. And that's what we're witnessing right now. Are you going to accept XDC? High transaction speed and low fees. XDC network transaction speed is over 2,000 per second, while the commission does not exceed over a penny. It's way less than a penny. It might as well be just free at this point. But what it is people always try to say, well, XDC is just going to deal with trade, but they missed the biggest part of this. They're digitizing everything. Everything's going paperless as far as trade. On top of that, they're going to deal with a lot of transactions. Nobody ever mentions that. Even when they talk about XDC, they never really mention the transactions. They mostly focus on the trade aspect. But there's a lot more to XDC. Plus the network. Think about that. Outside of that new financial system, XDC is still a powerhouse. It's still tied to Metaverse. It's tied to Web3. NFTs, new projects, onboarding and building with XDC. The list goes on and on. Nothing is impossible though, but I doubt if XDC will beat Ethereum or BSC. I think they meant Bitcoin. But here's the thing, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is dying. I think it's going to get one more big push up as the dollar starts falling. Bitcoin will definitely rise in value. But at that point, that's when people should really get away from Bitcoin, because after that, I think everything is going to be utility driven from there forward. XDC, the Electronic Trade Documents Bill, will boost the UK's international trade, already worth more than 1.4 trillion, and will reduce the estimated 28.5 billion paper trade documents printed and flown around the world daily. Now, that's how big this truly is. But I want to show you something. So the UK is a world leader in digital trade, but currently the law does not recognize the possibility of processing electronic documents, which prevents industries going fully paperless. This is costly and inefficient. But look at everything that's going to go paperless. A bill of exchange, a promissory note, a bill of lading, a ship's delivery order, a warehouse receipt, a mate's receipt, a marine insurance policy, a cargo insurance certificate. And that's going to be a lot of paperwork daily. Think about XDC also fixing the supply chain at the same time. This is going to be bigger than what people know. And all of a sudden, one day, they're going to wake up and XDC is going to be very high priced. Then they're going to all realize what they truly missed out on. Is XDC a sleeping giant? I feel it's at least spoken about in the ISO 222 group. Now, I don't feel like it's the least spoken about. I think Algo and IOTA really fit in there. But XDC always gets talked about like it's inferior to XLM and XRP, and it's really not. And people don't realize that. They look at those two and they're like, that's all the money. But it's not all the money either. XLM and XRP is not all the money. There's a lot of money that's going to flow through trade. And it's billions of dollars, trillions at some point. And all the time that that's happening, it's going to push the price of XDC up. I always say it like this. If XRP has to be 10K per coin and XLM is like 7.5K per coin, like people always keep saying, backed by silver, backed by gold, which they don't need to be backed by anything because they're moving a lot of value, then XDC definitely has to be around 5 to 7K. It would make sense. If people believe those numbers, that's how high I would put XDC then. Because you got to look at trade year over year also. More and more money flowing through it, more and more paperwork, more and more data. Data is also valuable. There's money in data. So you got to take all the aspects of trade into account. Then you got to look at the metaverse, and then you got to look at Web3. You got to look at NFT projects. You got to look at GameFi. Everything tied to XDC, even outside of the new financial system. That's how you could get a specific number for XDC. But I do believe short term, it's going to go over $5. I think it's very, very undervalued. And I think it's at some point here, we're going to get to see the true value of XDC. And when that day comes, a lot of people will definitely be saying to themselves, wow, that was a true sleeping giant. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.